Some texts were never meant to entertain or inform, they were meant to awaken. The Corpus Hermeticum is not mythology, not philosophy, not even religion. It's something far more profound, a mirror, one that reflects not just who you are, but what the universe truly is. Across time, its words have resurfaced like fragments of a forgotten dream, copied by mystics, hidden by priests, hunted by those in power. Why? Because within these writings lies a code, one that redefines reality, consciousness, and the very essence of divinity. The ancients believed the divine wasn't above us but within, that God wasn't distant but vibrating in all things, that to understand the cosmos was to awaken the God within yourself. These weren't metaphors, they were instructions, and the Corpus Hermeticum may be the most complete record we have of them. So today we journey not into history but into a hidden system of truth encoded in symbols and silence. The teachings are here, waiting, and they begin when you're ready to see. The origin of the Corpus Hermeticum is not easily pinned to a single date or culture. It drifts between timelines like a whisper from the past, appearing in the ruins of Egypt, the temples of Greece, the scrolls of Alexandria. It's not one book but a collection of sacred dialogues, conversations between Hermes Trismegistus and the divine mind. Who was Hermes? A mythical figure, yes, but also a symbol, a synthesis of the Egyptian god Thoth and the Greek Hermes, two messengers of divine knowledge merged into one archetype. Hermes Trismegistus was never meant to be a man. He was the voice of spiritual memory. Historians debate the text's origins. Some place them in the first centuries after Christ, others trace fragments much further back, encoded in Egyptian cosmology and Platonic thought. But for those who study the hidden tradition, dates are less important than what the texts unlock. When the Corpus Hermeticum emerged during the Renaissance, it sent shockwaves through Europe's spiritual elite. Philosophers, alchemists, even Christian mystics believed they had discovered the purest remnants of the world's original wisdom, a sacred science lost to time. What made it so radical wasn't just what it said, but what it implied, that the universe is mental, that the divine is everywhere, not just in temples or books, and most of all, that you are not merely a creation of God. You are a participant in the divine unfolding. No intermediaries, no dogmas, just consciousness, vibration, and will. A framework so complete it became dangerous to those who relied on fear to maintain control. The Corpus Hermeticum didn't reject religion. It transcended it. And for that, it had to be hidden. To read the Corpus Hermeticum is to enter a conversation that transcends language. One of the most fundamental teachings begins with a statement that seems almost too simple. All is one. But within that phrase lies an entire cosmology. The Hermetic tradition teaches that everything in existence, matter, energy, time, space, is an emanation of a single source. Not a deity sitting on a throne, but a divine mind, the nous. This is not God in the image of man. This is consciousness itself, dreaming reality into form. According to the texts, creation did not begin with a command, but with a vibration of thought. The nous projected itself outward, not to create something separate but to experience itself through multiplicity. The stars, the planets, the elements, even your body, are all manifestations of this one mind. And you are not separate from it. You are a spark of that same consciousness, a fragment of the infinite wearing a human face. The teachings emphasize that everything is connected through this mental plane. What you think affects what you see. What you believe shapes what you experience, and what you feel radiates into the very structure of the cosmos. Reality is not static, it is reactive. This is why Hermes calls the universe a living being. Not metaphorically, but literally. Everything breathes, everything pulses with divine intelligence. And just like a dreamer can awaken inside their dream, so too can you awaken within reality. And remember your source. But there's a warning hidden in this truth. If you forget your origin, The dream becomes a prison. You begin to believe you are a victim of fate, instead of a co-creator of it, and this is precisely why the teachings were hidden, because they do more than explain. They liberate. One of the most enigmatic truths in the Corpus Hermeticum is this: as above, so below. As within, so without. These are not poetic words. They are keys. A formula encoded in language, describing the architecture of reality itself. The Hermetists believed that the universe was structured in layers, but these layers mirrored each other. The stars reflect the soul. The body reflects the cosmos. What happens in spirit happens in matter. What is hidden within is echoed without. This is the principle of correspondence, and it teaches that to know the all, you must study yourself. Not through ego, but through silence, through stillness, through gnosis, inner knowing. The texts speak of reversion, the process of returning to the divine source. They describe the soul as having fallen into illusion, distracted by the world of forms, until it forgets its origin. But the teachings don't shame the material world. They offer a path to see through it. And here lies the paradox. To transcend the world, you must first embrace it. To know the invisible, you must first observe the visible. You must see the sacred in all things. This is why the Hermetic path is both mystical and practical. It doesn't ask for blind belief. It invites direct experience through meditation, breath, intention, and awareness. Every moment becomes an initiation. Every thought becomes a prayer. And the mind? It's not just a tool. It is the altar, the laboratory, the temple. What you place upon it, you begin to manifest. But perhaps the most revolutionary idea in the Corpus Hermeticum is this: you are not waiting for salvation. You are remembering it, and once remembered, it can never again be forgotten. The teachings of the Corpus Hermeticum were never meant to sit on dusty shelves. They were living wisdom, meant to be embodied, practiced, remembered in each breath. But how does one apply a philosophy that speaks in riddles and stars? Start here. Watch your thoughts like a guardian of a sacred gate. In Hermeticism, the mind is not just a processor, it is a generator. Every belief you carry sends a signal into the universe. Every emotion, every word, every inner image is a seed. The first Hermetic practice is awareness. Become conscious of your inner world. Speak less, observe more. Notice what you believe without questioning. Then ask, where did this thought come from? Is it mine, or was it programmed into me? Second, align with the principle of correspondence. What you clean within, you clean without. Hermetic practitioners would purify the body not just to be healthy, but to make it a clearer vessel for divine light. Begin small. Clear a corner of your home. Fast for clarity. Breathe with intention. Which brings us to the breath, a recurring key in Hermetic and mystical systems. To inhale with presence is to receive the mind of God. To exhale with awareness is to speak reality into motion. Start a simple practice. 3 deep, slow breaths before any decision, any action, any prayer. And finally, contemplate the all. Look at a tree, a flame, the sky. Ask, what is this teaching me about myself? This is the true Hermetic initiation. Not in temples or rituals, but in living symbolically. Seeing the sacred code beneath the chaos of everyday life. You don't need to decode every glyph or memorize every axiom. You need only to begin listening, genuinely, patiently, inwardly. Because once the divine begins to speak through silence, it never truly stops. In ancient times, this knowledge was guarded behind veils, spoken in symbols, hidden in stone, encrypted in metaphor, not because it was too complex, but because it was too powerful. The Corpus Hermeticum doesn't ask you to believe. It invites you to remember, not to worship something outside of yourself, but to awaken the divine spark already burning within. You are not merely observing the universe. You are woven into it. Each thought, each breath, each act of awareness realigns you with that infinite source, the nous, the mind of the all. Now you know the door exists. You've seen the path traced in ink and silence. What you do next is the real teaching. So take this moment and reflect. What would your life look like if you lived with the awareness that everything around you is sacred? Let that be your practice. Let that be your awakening. And if this truth resonates with something ancient inside you, share it. Speak it. Because in doing so, you become part of the tradition that refused to let this wisdom disappear. Until next time, stay in the light and keep seeking what was once hidden. If you're drawn to this kind of hidden knowledge and esoteric wisdom, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here, we don't just explore mysteries, we remember who we truly are.